Hi, everyone. Really honored to be here with you today. I just want to encourage us to take a deep breath right now and just really for the next 10 or so minutes to be present here together. So let's just take a deep breath. And as Mara mentioned, this weekend's horrifying events in Israel have brought up so much grief and pain for all of us in different ways. I just want to encourage us to bring our best selves to this next 12 minutes together, and really try not to engage in any political discussion in the chat, just to really be together in the grief as we're all grieving in different ways. Many of us have loved ones who are scared or in danger. And I just want to hold all of that together in all the different ways we're grieving. I'm going to share a couple texts. I wasn't sure. I was talking to Mara about, like, I want to share texts about peace, and or I could share texts about crying out, and we went with crying out because I think that this is a time sometimes when grief is so intense and palpable, and when there's such a deep need for healing and peace, it can almost be silencing. It can be overwhelming in a way that feels like I don't even know what to say. So I wanted to share a couple texts about crying out. They're all from Rabbi Nachman. Rabbi Nachman was a 18th century Hasidic Rebbe, the great grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, who founded the Hasidic movement. He's really known for teaching about, writing about the wide range of human experiences and emotions, because he was a deep feeler and spoke more than other Hasidic Rebbes to the wide range of human experiences. So this is a text about hitbodedut, which I will explain what that means. Hitbodedut is the highest level of all, which means to set aside an hour or more to seclude oneself. I wrote herself to mix up the pronouns, which are all in the masculine in the Hebrew. To seclude herself in a room or in a field, and to express herself in dialogue with her creator, with claims, words of favor, and to request and supplicate before God in order for God to draw her close to divine service. And this prayer should be in one's native language, which is German in our country, because in Hebrew, it's hard to express oneself, and the heart isn't drawn after such words. And even if sometimes she doesn't have anything to say, she should speak to God about not having anything to say. And she should cry out to God that she is so far away that she doesn't even know what to say. And this in and of itself is tov me'od, very good. And you should know that many righteous people said that they only reached their level because of this practice. So hitbodedut, which comes from the root meaning to seclude oneself, is the practice of really pouring out one's heart to the divine in their own language, which for many of us is English. Maybe for some of you it's Hebrew. Maybe for some of you it's Yiddish. Who knows what wide range of languages we have in this space. And in this time of deep pain, I want to encourage us to really pour out our hearts, and even pour out our hearts about not knowing what to say. So it can be like, for me at least, I'll just speak to my experience. I feel kind of like literally speechless. And I was at my shul yesterday for Simchat Torah, and I just felt like my mouth couldn't even like open, like the sounds couldn't even come out to pray. And I feel like Rabbi Nachman, who lived in a very distraught time, is speaking to this experience of like, we can, even maybe especially in those times, speak to God about not knowing what to say, about feeling speechless, about feeling overwhelmed. And as we move into the Mi Sheberach, we're gonna have some time to really cry out. Like, everyone's muted, but we're all together in a way, and we can feel each other's prayers. And I think I just want to share one more text. He also writes about sighing and groaning. So Rabbi Nachman also says, see how precious the sigh or the groan, the krechts, that's Yiddish, of a Jewish person. It provides wholeness in a place of lack. For through the breath, which is the ruach of life, the spirit of life, the world was created. As is written in Psalms, you will send your ruach, they will be created. You renew the face of the earth. This ruach is also the vital force of human life. This is because a person's breath is their life force. As is written, all in whose nostrils was a nishmat, breath of ruach of life. Regarding this, the wise men said, to the extent breath is lacking, so is life. And sighing is the extension of the breath. It corresponds to erech apayim, patience, i.e. extending ruach. Therefore, when a person sighs over lack and extends their ruach, they draw ruach of life to that which they are lacking. For the lack is, in essence, a departure of the ruach of life. Therefore, through the sigh, the lack is made whole. So, like speaking out, there's also a level of a wordless sigh and groan, which many of us are experiencing right now. And perhaps it's a way that our sigh and our groan can be healing in and of itself, in its own kind of prayer beyond words. So I'm ready. Let's move into the Mi Sheberach. But before we do, I want to give everyone some time to enter into the chat, if you haven't already, names and people or parts of the world that you're sending healing to, that you want us to all hold in our hearts as we sing the Mi Sheberach. So in your own space, please sing with me, and feel free to keep the names coming into the chat as we sing. Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi Sheberach Imotenu Mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May all those in need of healing, of body, of spirit, find healing, find light, and may our prayers be accepted and received.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Toda Rabba.
Amen.
Thank you. Very moving.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rabbi.
Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you,
Can we get
Rabbi.
the
Thank you.
access to the source sheet, please?
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Rabbi.
Get the
Thank
access
you.
to the sheet.
Thank you.